line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome back to you here at PTO Racing TV Studios, where we are here live now at Daytona International Beach. This is Daytona International Speedway's Daytona 300 for the RTC iRacing League Pro Series as they come to you live here tonight for the return of their action-packed show and adventures. Hi everyone, I am Christian the Crusader Driver, and welcome back to the show. RTC hasn't been back here in quite some time. We've been waiting and arriving for their arrival, and now the time has finally come, and they are back, and they are back with a bang, and they're ready to come at it here on this tri-oval D-shaped configuration track known as Daytona International Speedway. And we're about to see the Daytona 300 be put amongst the best and the brightest of drivers here tonight. Let's take a look at our starting lineup on the pole. It'll be Hayes, Booth in the 2, and then Joseph Costello in the number 50, the row number, in the 60. Row number 2, it's going to be Parker White in the 95. It's outside the 9, Connor, the Ferrari, Trafari. Row 3, it's going to be Justin R. Smith in the 66 is outside the 39 of Aiden Yexman Kirker. Row number 4, it's going to be Keelan Belsha in the 18 is outside. That'll be the 49 of I'm going to say his name wrong. Satarj Man. Man, you come back. You can talk to me after the broadcast. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. The next row 5, we'll see Cole Williams, the 42. Good to see him finally return back. And is outside Mason Navy, Tyson Thompson in the 81. Row number 7, it's going to be Tyler No in the 017. Is outside. That'll be Mike Gambeo in the 24. Row number 7, I am losing it today already. Tim Rivers in the 23 is outside the 6 of Big Dog Daryl Arnold. Row number 8, it's Wes Weidman in the 85. It is outside. Eddie Spriel to 27. Row number 9, it's going to be Anthony Gangitano. In the 69 is outside. That'll be the 4 of Ryan Becker. In row number 10, is going to be Dennis Ansman. In the 3 is outside Tyler Kahn in the 33. Row number 11 is going to be Richard Kirker in the 93 is outside. That'll be Kyle Camper in the 91. Next row, as you see, it'll be Brady Burgertime, Weileman in the 44, then Jonathan Leach in the 48, and the 25 at Jason Sanders with Jared T. Darling and Sean Powell rounding out your field here tonight. And race fans, this is it, the time you've waited for, the time to be had and come alive here tonight. Daytona 300 for the RTC iRacing League Pro Series. They are here, they are now. This is the time, this is the place. Broadcasting live here on Facebook to be shown on YouTube afterwards. This is your show, this is the place. The return of RTC is finally here. The field sets their tone, sets the pace. We got qualifying completed last night. And this time, last week I should say, everyone had put on a fight and put on a show from the back in the pack. Now it is time for them to rock and sock and fight out here at Daytona. We're green flag racing. Let's go! Daytona 300 has now been initiated and engaged. We're ready to go racing here out of turn 2. Immediately these drivers battle it out on the corner ends of the strip. It'll be the 66 Justin R. Smith trying to get up there with the 95 of Parker White. Immediately Parker White and dominating his strength and his weaknesses on the show, showing everybody how it's done around here. And there was a driver you got to keep your eye on in this entire season. It may just be him. That man might be the guy that a lot of them want to take down and knock off a few pegs, but this track, being 120 laps into the distance, it's a long formed race, it's a long battle out kind of package deal. There are no gimmies around here on this track. These are the Xfinity Series you are seeing on the show here tonight as well, so just be very well aware of that. These are the B-Class cars. Now you're probably wondering, oh, well, wait a minute, why didn't they go with the regular Cup or the next gen cars? Well, I'll tell you one thing, those Xfinity cars, they are more of a challenge and more of a hassle and a handful to deal with than I guarantee any of those Cup cars are around here. On board here with the 24, this is Mike Kembeo now on our line here as you see him on the onboard camera here shooting out there with the 017 Tyler No. Tyler No right now having a pretty good start to his race here, keeping up with the speed and distance. This being Daytona, we know it's going to be a long form battle, long form of drafting, side-by-side tandem package deals and all that. And really it all boils down to one thing, who can get the draft going quick enough and who can get the speeds built up fast enough. That is what all these drivers are looking towards and they're trying to find out here. Mike Kembeo saying extending the grid for a couple moments, and then Lori Bennett Booth returning saying let's go Hayes. Well, we saw that, Mike, and that's why we ended up playing our little theme song for those big moments here. This is that big moment here. This is like the Game 7 where Michael Jordan just pops in on the show, and this is literally that kind of moment and designation we see. Field working their way around here. Hayes Booth in the number 2 we talked about a little earlier. Currently trying to fight his way up to the front, trying to fight his way into the field as he holds up the lead. You may see every now and then some of these guys blinking in and out. Don't worry, that's not on their end, that's actually on our end for once. Unfortunately, we're not able to show all the cars at the same time. We do not need our PC overclocked or anything like that here, so we decided to kind of go with the easy route and just basically just make sure we can show enough of them, but we can't show all of them. So I'm sorry to say that, guys. The most we've ever even had on the show was like 60, and trying to figure out where everybody was there was a hard enough trip. Some new faces we talked about a little earlier on are in this show here. 17 and Tyler Noah being one of them. Looks like he's rocking the Air Jordan's machine. That is the Chevrolet Camaro right there in the back. You see him moving around. There he is. Some old favorites here returning, like the big dog Daryl Arnold. Good to have him back on the show. Like I said, been a bit of an absent stream without him and all these guys out here. But some new teams have developed. Some new ideas and plans have surfaced and come alive. And these drivers know all too well what they had to do going into the event. This being a solid pack kind of race here, a lot of teams will definitely be trying to help each other out when they can, trying to help each other out for a long-term run. So far, so good. Been pretty clean. No issues here at all. Nobody trying to get too crazy or too rambunctious. I guarantee you one thing right now. They're not going to try to get too all over the top and all over the place. They'll definitely keep it under cool and keep under wraps for most of this race here tonight. But the one thing I am very curious to know is how will some of these new drivers like Joseph Costello will do on this kind of circuit, on this kind of terrain past Daytona, because again, Daytona is really just kind of a starting point for these drivers. That's really where everyone just gets started at. When you get later into the season, that's when things start to change up. Things get really crazy and hectic. And we've seen it here before where things can get all crazy and out of whack and out of shape. If you're not careful down there. Dennis Hansman rocking that old big bad number 3, although he's rocking a little bit of an old school throwback scheme on that one. That's the Wrangler number 3. If you put a 2 on there, I'd say you probably have a true throwback, because that was the actual first number and car that actually old Dale Earnhardt had ran near around this place. Believe it or not, yeah, he didn't drive the 3 all the time. He actually started with the number 2. That was how it all began for him. Cole Williams, that 42 machine, took him the like same scheme, same design there. Kind of his teammate there, Parker White, fighting it out here a little bit as they rock him across that front straightaway. Little 3 wide salute in between. One driver going up high, trying to find something right now. I don't know if they're going to get it though. These guys don't exactly play that kind of game plan just yet. That was the 60 of Joseph Costello. Trying to make the move, but he falls back in the pack, way behind. 20 is going to get back up. Wes Weidman kind of intervening now as he looks to pull his momentum up. Right now it's Jared T. Darling that is up 17 spots here tonight. He is your hard charger of the night so far. That number 1 machine up on the outside line. Looks like he's trying to keep his corners closer, keep his distance closer. Our drone cam kind of fixing in the middle of this one here. We got a good look at that Ford Mustang right in the middle. That is Jared T. Darling. First time we've ever seen him on the show. So far, so good here for that young man. A lot of folks here tonight, like I've said before, I'll say it again, a lot of them are actually just youngsters, if not barely even past their teens. A lot of them are just fast-paced, top-tier drivers looking to fight it out with the best of everyone in contention. And we've seen it here before where they really know how to put on a little bit of a show here in between. Of course, our youngest champion, Aaron Double Trouble Tribble, was the last time the season champion came out, guns blazing, guns firing. Last time, though, it was Aiden Kirker in the last season who would claim the trophy and give a little bit of an emotional address on that one. But tonight, he said to me earlier on, he says he remembers that moment and he's willing to fight for this championship. Even though they have moved over to the original Cup Series, this is actually now turned into the full-length championship series. Only the best of the best in the pros may race on this circuit. RTC in general, though, to be honest with you folks, isn't just a one-and-done kind of thing. No, if you probably haven't figured it out already, yeah, there are multiple series in these leagues and in these races. the Pro Series is really just kind of the formation of the best and the brightest of drivers at their peak and at their entirety. So that's really the reason why we say constantly, time and time again, you always got to come out and watch these guys or go out and run with them, because they never know what they'll do or what they'll put on a show for. They are always on the move and they're always on the battle. On board here with 11 spots up, Mr. Brady Booker Time Wileman. And you get to see how hard, you know, even though I do Daytona, these Xfinity cars, they don't exactly like drafting all that much. They don't like taking too many of those shots around here. And they are being very, very tenuous and careful here as the 484 tries to move his way up to the front here. And if you're wondering why I made that horrible noise, it's because he's got a big cow on the front of that hood. On board here with the reigning and defending season champion, Jaden Iceman Kirker. Charges way back into 6th place spot right now, currently in the 6th running, but you see the 6th of Big Dog Daryl Arnold. Wants just more, a little bit more than to match his number. He wants to match the leaders. Here at Daytona, anything is surely possible, and as long as you get a little bit of luck in between, you can certainly do that and then some. 81 of Mason Davey, Tyson Thompson trying to get the Taco Bell machine up ahead of that 9 icon of the Ferrari Trafari. Trafari, one of our younger guys out here, I think he's only about 14 years of age on that young man. Going up against old Hayes Booth here. I believe watches on with a little bit of a little gleaner eye, knowing that her boy's about to go fighting it out here with one of the fastest youngsters on the circuit. Connor trying to hold him down, trying to fight him off here. You can see the 2 of Hayes Booth looking to give everything he can there. No harm or foul there, and it's going to be a big crossover there. You see Mason left high and dry. Trafari takes the race lead. We have ourselves a new leader. Trafari will be your new leader here. He takes that away from Hayes Booth. As the rest of our field work on from behind here. Looks like Sean Powell and Tyler Kahn both are out of the race at the moment. Looks like they were both kind of helping out with some other things down there. Take that back. Tyler Kahn is still in the race here. Just our live timing all over the place here. We really got to get that adjusted. There he is, Tyler Kahn, the 33rd. Everyone's out on the field right now. Unfortunately, we're just not seeing everyone racing. Again, you know, timing errors. So please don't get mad at us if you see us moving up to the front and kind of trying to go back in the pack for maybe like a brief second. We're trying our best to show everybody on the show, but I can't guarantee you we'll get everyone in on the same shot. Sue Wally Bennett saying pulling for you, Hayes. Sandy Volum Richardson, go Hayes, go. Well, good to know the Hayes Booth camp still got a little bit of love down there. Currently Hayes Booth back into the race lead, actually. Connor the Ferrari Trafari having some problems down there, actually getting put back into the back slightly here. Connor definitely not too thrilled about that, I guarantee you, but he's trying to hold it down, trying to hold his way in as the rest of the field continues to just find lines and find grip. There's really not a lot you can do with this kind of track style. Again, it's a 2.5 mile long track, obviously, this tri-oval style configuration. There are certainly a lot of areas you can make pace up with, or you can make some speed with. But I'd say probably the biggest problem that a lot of drivers are going to face here tonight, and that they probably more than likely know will happen, is the idea of just making sure that they can find a way to push up ahead enough of the other. Where there are 3 lines and angles you can hit around this place. You got the very bottom, you got the middle section, and then you got the outside. Now we've seen here before where they'll go about 7 or 8 deep in a 3-wide salute stance. But in this case tonight, I think these guys are going to be a little bit more controlled and under pressure to stay away from that. Obviously, they don't want to make too big of a ruckus and too big of a farce here. They want to make sure they stay under control and under relaxed. Dennis Ansman right now in the 3 trying to go at him. 18 Aquila and Belsha, the Toyota Supra. Not too many of those out here tonight. A lot more Fords and Chevys out here. Toyotas do happen to come out here. Top town, they are here. Looks like that is the Nation's Guard number 18 Aquila and Belsha tonight. So look like a little bit of an outside maneuver as well. Here you see someone going up top. That's Jared T. Darling. Jared T. looked like he's trying to make a pass on a few of them there. Maybe look for an opening or a shot out of the gate. Couldn't quite get the boost of the running. As you just hear the thunderous roar and the power of these Xfinity cars just coming to life at Daytona. Right now, these drivers are currently finishing out their Daytona Speed Weeks run with this big battle here in Xfinity here at Daytona, here for Daytona International Speedway. Daytona Beach obviously wielded and be guarded by a lot of history and a lot of things that have happened through its lifespan. But there is one thing we've always known here on the show, is that there's always a place and a home for this track. We know because this is where it all started for NASCAR, and really, if you want to guess it, really is where everything started for racing in general. Lap traffic now coming right up here on the field. They're going to have to try to get out of that one pretty quickly. Have to back them off, back them down, get out of the way there, guys. Lap traffic is going to be a factor here. I believe that might be Sean Powell, unfortunately. Got caught up in the middle of that one, had nowhere to go and try to stay out of the way. Or excuse me, no, that was actually Jason Sanders. That was the one in that, so that was the 25 passed on by, so that will now center off our field. Everybody back on the throttle and back into the key momentum here, and again, there's just so much going on to talk about. With just the speeds and the carry, the momentum that really you can't even describe it. You just have to go in there and experience it to believe it, folks. Tammy Reed join us on in tonight saying, go get him, Keelan Belsha. Tammy, good to have you on board here tonight. Race fans, by the way, if you haven't already heard, if you go over to our YouTube end and subscribe there, we'll make sure that this race is there at the very end of tonight. We'll have our own little thumbnail and everything made up for the Pro Series, little RTC race tonight here at Daytona International Speedway. We'll follow right after this, so if you got a friend or a family member that can't make the show, then tell them to go over and subscribe to our YouTube. This race will be up in its entirety right after this one. Then we'll go back on board here with the youngster. Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys you have to keep your eye on through time and time again. Lori Bennett Booth saying, got to give Jared some love too. Phenomenal driver. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of drawing a blank on some of these guys. I know there's a lot of Jareds out here. Oh, there he is, Jared T. Darling. Okay. He's one of the new guys. Yeah, so the new guys out there, by the way, that have ever that have never seen this broadcast or anything like that, I have made it very clear. If I mess your name up, just feel free to message me and we'll get this figured out. But also, I am very bad with names when I first meet you, so please do not be alarmed if I accidentally do not know who you are or what we're talking about. So. Coming off the front straightaway into the tri-oval section. Looks like pretty much another down and dirty side-by-side draft package here. Hayes Booth looking to keep off of Mason Thompson. Thompson looking to take over with the Taco Bell 81 machine, while Justin for Jared falls right behind him. Jared T. Darling making his triumphant debut here tonight, making some pretty good showing of himself. He's actually our hard charger of the night, up 21 spots. Some of the veterans like Brady Bergerson, Weileman, kind of falling behind. Even Dennis Hansman falling up a little bit. I think a lot of these guys just kind of stay away from the wreck, staying away from the carnage, and just wait for the run later. Joseph Costello, one of those guys we talked about here, he is just hammering down and waiting for an opportunity to strike. Ryan Becker, we've seen this man before here on the show. We'll go to the onboard camera with the Chevrolet Camaro. Now Beckering started back in 18th. He is only up 2 spots at the moment. Actually now down to 1 more spot. Loses a little bit of ground up there. Getting passed in, looks like that by the number 91, Kyle Camper. Camper certainly is one of those guys you just gotta watch out for time and time again. He knows how to certainly hold his own. Sartaj, man, right now as well in this fight right now with the 3 packs of Julius Supras right beside him. Aiden Kirker in that 30 United and the 18 of Keelan Belsha. So he's definitely in good company when it comes to the crewmates there for the manufacturers. And as they have to pack him around there, Sean Powell, the 97, sadly going to lose a lot of momentum on the outside line and get another lap down on his end. A lot of these drivers are more likely trying to save or conserve the fuel or tires or going into pit road at a certain time to set up for these races and set up for this run. And with just under 100 laps to go here, there's no telling what happens next or what will happen later on. But again, you got to remember these guys right now, they're trying to be very conservative. They're not trying to do anything too crazy. I don't even think they get an instant repairs tonight. So with that in mind, you just know they are not going to be trying anything too crazy or out of control off the start. Not that I can blame them. A lot on the line here tonight. Not just the first race of the season for these boys, but also a little bit of some prizes on the line too. While you're at it, have a little bit of things to work for and fight for. The onboard camera here, Cole Williams at Ford Mustang 42. Hammering away, trying to take each driver down one at a time here, looking to pass anyone that they can. This field has been so solid and pretty under control the whole time. I don't really see anything else to it. By the way, to the folks that have been here before and they know how we broadcast and all that, I gotta ask you, how does the broadcast look now? Do they look a little bit more cleaner and refreshed? Is that what you guys have been asking for and you want it so bad? Let me know that in the comment section, because I know a few of you guys are just now seeing these for the first time and have never seen how clear we got these broadcasts to look and pop up. Probably we definitely went time and time again where people kept asking about when we were going to get the broadcast looking more solid and sharpened. Well, like I said, and I've said it again, we got everything pretty much fixed up, and we wanted to make sure that we did right by the fans, and a lot of them did help support us by going to our page link down at PT Racing TV store. So all the merchandise and all the sales that they did there really is what helped us out there. So I can't not say enough thank you again for that. And if you guys still want to support our show and get some merchandise on our end, it always helps the channel out and helps us grow. So if you do that, I promise you, you'll have more to see and more to go. So have a look for yourself, though. It is down in the comment section below. And Lori Benny Booth saying, looking good. That's what I want to hear, Lori. And don't worry, there will be nothing held back on the YouTube end either. This will look the exact same right now on Facebook. It'll look the exact same on YouTube. I promise you that later on. No lie. You can judge me. You can judge it later. I promise you. I'm not lying to y'all. right now, currently, the field has been pretty even keel, even relaxed. Nobody really trying to make anything too big or major here, but we have to go. Only a matter of time before these drivers really start to get a little bit testy, a little bit impatient, I would say. Looks like some movement in the back there. That's Connor the Ferrari Chafari backing off quite a ways here, trying to get out of the mess right behind him in front. Everybody jockeying around in position. Everyone trying to find an opening down there, maybe possibly heading for pit road here in a minute. Chafari trying to get out of the way and trying to get out of that mess of his, and he seems to have found it. Everybody, though, still under control, and everyone on pretty much even keel here. No troubles there. In our chat here tonight, I'm gonna say probably say the name wrong, but Soletta Jackson Williams. Which number is Hayes again? He's the number 2. She's like, never mind the number 2. Go Hayes. Randy 2 Maddox and MS says, let's go Hayes. Man, I swear, Hayes Boop. If you don't have probably the biggest fan base on this show here, I don't know what is. Well, since he's got such a fan base growing, let's go on board with him. He's got to get around a little bit of lap traffic. That's 25. You see right there on the outside of him, Jason Sanders already a lap down. It's going to be a couple more, unfortunately, in this situation. The number 2 of Hayes Boo fighting out now with Mason Navy chasing Thompson. Thompson, that time actually got him by about a nose of a car length. Managed to take that away from him and take the position on in. You see even in the back straightaway there, all the infield stuff, the road course there. Yes, they do have a Daytona road course. We actually presented that on our end here not too long ago with the Spartan Logistics Management LLC iRock series, and you can check that back out on YouTube if you want. Just be sure to like, follow, and subscribe over there as well. Make sure you know when we go live, when we get a broadcast over there. Of course, on Facebook here, if you don't like and follow us up here, you don't know when we can go live. So this is where the majority of our races will be broadcasted and shown. Occasionally we have one that ends up on YouTube, but this is where most of the stuff goes down. This is where most of the show action plays out. But if you want to catch up to date on everything else we do, be sure to hit up our Twitter and Instagram, and we'll have a chat there if you'd like as well. So right now, currently with Thompson, kind of surprised. I mean, right out of the gate, he has been fighting as hard as he is up front, but he's been suspiciously off the throttle more than usual. Now I know running the outside line is a bit tricky up there because he can burn tires up pretty badly, and just keeping that car under pressure can be a bit of a hassle. But I'm kind of surprised he's been as slow and even sparling as he has been. But as I say that, he's gonna have a little bit of trouble to go 3 points loose behind. Right on that outside line, he's gonna be caught up in no man's. Be careful, guys, trying to pass him by. Jared T. Darling looking like to try to be the first one tonight to really test the will and the power of our patience level and the race here. He was going for it big and going for it broke. We was on board with him. The inside line there of Thompson, and now moves him completely out of the way. Not like an Earnhardt style, but he at least got him out of the way here for himself anyway. Now charging up to the front, he has got Hayes Booth in his sights. The big dog Darrell Arnold trying to help out the youngster. The old wily vet in the big dog Darrell Arnold, showing up what his capabilities are and his control of speed is. Headed down to our onboard camera here, as you can see him marching his way through the field to the track. And again, you could literally probably sneak a ruler through there. That is how tight and how close corners these drivers get sometimes. There is no room for mistake. It's all give and go and take what you can and fight for the end. Now moving his way around. Looks like the one Jared T. Tarling's going to be left high and dry here. He does not want to be in that situation where he's lost the draft, but unfortunately, unless he can get that side draft to work off one of these guys, that speed is going to pretty much be a bit of an issue and a martial error for his end. Ryan Beckering now trying to put the number 4 ahead with the number 9 right in front of him. That is Dennis Ansman on the inside moving down, trying to get back with the pack here. And again, a lot of these guys, the reason why they're going back into the pack as much as they are trying to stay away from trying to make any big moves is because, again, when you got cars that are going at these speeds and these kind of times, you need a draft partner. You need a little bit of help from the other to keep up with the corners and keep up with the speeds. That's really where everything really plays out and gets you into trouble. And we're seeing that exactly here and now. Why it's just, honestly, really it's going to be the toughest race here for them on their momentum and their cornering. And remember, this isn't the full Daytona 500, by the way. We already did that one time as it was. That was a 3-hour event, which, again, is up on our YouTube and on our Facebook end here. So that was back when these guys were under the banner of the Flyby Cup Series, now reverting over to the RTC iRacing League, and was done about a couple weeks ago, or excuse me, months ago, not weeks. What am I talking about? When they did that, they told me earlier that they were hoping for fast new beginnings, fast, really straightforward, out of control mayhem, and I certainly think they got their money's worth for a multitude of reasons there. One guy I am seeing on the track, though, we are missing here tonight. Of course, our boy Dylan Hervatin, the closer as he's referred to. One of the guys that, you know, we've talked about time and time again on the show. He is not here with us, unfortunately. He is here with us in the comment section, at least. He's currently, I believe, still on a vacation or on some kind of working work area there. Wherever you are, though, Hervat, do miss you, buddy, and hopefully we'll see you more often here on the show this year. Kind of surprised, even we're almost done with this year, guys. We're literally in August. How did that happen? I thought a minute ago we was literally in like March or May, and next thing I know we go straight into August. We're almost done with it. We're almost in September. I must be either getting really old or time's just flying by way too quickly. I don't know, you guys in the comment section down below to decide what that one is, but I don't know. I think I'm just getting old. So the downforce package here tonight, these guys are driving with, again, these Xfinity cars. Don't quite have nearly as much of the speed or the runs of the cornering as a normal Gen 6 Cup car has, and then of course with the next gens, more designed for like kind of a sport, kind of more of a sportster style kind of rhythm car. That's more designed for the road courses as well as short tracks. But I had to say that they do run okay on plate tracks. But drafting wise with them, yeah, they're not much better than the Gen 6s if I have to be honest with you guys. But with these Xfinity and Truck Series, they still have quite a bit of draft and quite a bit of speed they can build up with these things. And I must say right now, they are certainly showing that and then some here. The 97 Sean Powell right now currently a lap down, but doesn't seem to be too fazed by that here. The onboard camera with him here now. You see him popping up on the screen, trying to go at it here with that 49 right in front of him. That is being Sartaj man there. It's either Sartaj man, or I really am messing his name up. He's probably gonna look at me like, what? How did you call me that? I can't call him the Man Beast because we already got that nickname reserved. You're welcome, William Mann Jr. Corey Benabu saying Herbatin is working on becoming a pilot. That's right. He's trying to be a pilot down there. So yeah, Herbatin down there. Enjoy flying high in the sky, man. We do miss you, brother, and best wishes and luck as you get that pilot's license. But to be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea how the heck he's even capable of going to the fly in the air like that. I couldn't do it. I can't fly, man. I hate flying in general and I hate heights. So I don't know how he can do that in the first place or how he even wants to do that, but best wishes to you and best wishes and luck. Heading into pit road, a good chunk of our field heads on down. Hayes Booth will be one of them. Your race leader goes in. Joseph Costello will go in. Looks like Daryl Arnold and Connor the Ferrari Chafari both go in. So back up to the front, and we see, well, I guess you could say it's an old face kind of rocking up to the front. That's the 95, Parker White. Now again, he was bad fast and tough to beat in Gen 6 Cup cars. But I have absolutely no idea if he's going to have that same momentum and that same kind of build-up and speed that he usually does with these kind of cars. So everyone going into pit road other than your top 3 or 4, you're seeing right now, that being Jonathan Leach in the 48, actually Cole Williams, and then Sartat, and then Sartez, man. And Sartej actually right now putting up a little bit of a fight there to Parker White as they look to head on into pit road. There's some serious heavy hitters in this one too, to be honest with you, as Parker nearly taking out his teammate Cole Williams there. The 42 had to almost pretty much get out of the throttle there to avoid causing that nebulous esports machine to crash in. Heading into pit road, and Sartaj is going to have to back off a little bit and get back onto the throttle here. Up back to the front here, the drivers challenging from their pit roads. Jared T. Darling seems to be the one culprit. As Justin R. Smith, the 66, looks to catch up to him and try to get that draft built up. Keelan Belsha in the 18's got a full throttle assault charge, working his way in there with the Iceman Aiden Kirker right behind him. Bobby Kahn popping in here tonight. Kahn, LOL, weird, go Kahn. No relation, ladies and gentlemen, to that Kahn we're talking about. Not the rattlesnake Kahn. I've already mentioned that 1,000 times on this show. No relation to Kahn, I swear. There is the 33 though. Tyler Kahn right here tonight. Up 10 spots in the moment. Darling up there with our hard charger there. Jared T. Darling is the ultimate of hard chargers. As you see the Passion Squad 33 kind of rolling up amongst the field and into the fight. The number 1 of Jared T. Darling trying to get in quickly and up front fast, and looks like the boys that went into pit road a little later actually are going to be the ones that come out sooner. Now I am very, very curious to know how did that work exactly, and the best way to know is to look at our pit stop time. Here it is now, our pit stop time popping up on your screen here. Unfortunately, we still have that Race Tech Coatings Pro Series logo up there. I think we need to put that back a little bit, boys. There you go. Thank you. Alright, so here's how everyone looks right now. This is where the pit stop times came in, and you can see the times where we're kind of ranging from quick to slow, and you can see the 15. You can see that Thompson had only an 8.4 second gap in there. He really just went in and got fuel. Whereas Williams, White, and Darling both kind of went in for the same idea, same kind of strategy, which was about a 15-second ordeal. Gonna be interesting to see if that lasts for him and hangs out for him long enough. Watching it back right now, currently you see everybody that was in that back row up front going into pit road quicker than the others. Seems to be making all the strategy work more and more into their favor. Sean Powell even now joining in with the group once more. There's the rest of our fleet here. They are coming up fast quickly too. Cole Williams knows they will be getting up to his bumper as of about now. Long-term strategy will definitely be tested and pushed to its absolute limits here tonight. This is the thing about Daytona that gets kind of tricky back in the 80s and 70s when they had no restrictor plates to these things. They could literally just kind of hang about where they were right now on their own. And then whenever they felt like it, just basically just smash the gas in and just hit the loud pedal ahead of everybody. It used to be basically you could literally make up in like 5 laps, almost 2 miles in length, just up to the front. Well, obviously here in these days, they don't do that no more. It's all about pack racing, back and forth kind of battling and all that. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that just the speeds they carry on display and the power they build, it was just bound to be just too much speed at one point, and that's when they just said, all right, we're done with it. We can't keep doing it. Some folks honestly say to this day that it's honestly not the best idea to have restrictor plates. To me, honestly, I think if you're on Daytona, the restrictor plate does have a meaning to it. Whereas the other tracks, yeah, I can agree to that. I think we should take those off. Or at least just let the cars just drive wide open, which Lord knows if that happened. But I don't know, those next gens, they are definitely not going to be as aerodynamic as the Xfinity trucks or the Gen 6s. They're designed more as like sports cars, so they're going to be designed more to have to rattle your chain and kind of bump around and bang it in a bit. So that is one thing we could look forward to, but until they are truly developed and all that, we can't say for sure what they're like on iRacing. iRacing kind of just brought them in and just kind of said, alright, here's a rough idea of what they will be like. We still don't even know what they'll actually be like when they're all said and done. Hopefully though, we will find out soon. So 70 laps now remain here on our show. Time's clicking away, time's flying by, and I'm not talking about a flyby or two. I'm talking literally flying by. And an old favorite and an old friend to the show, Cole Williams, the number 42 Ford Mustang, is your race leader. But he's going up against one of the, maybe if not the toughest of competitors and drivers on the circuit last season in Parker White in that 95. But here's the thing, Cole is pretty much up there and even keeled with his runs and his battles he presents to him. He's actually got about a 4,750 I rating, whereas Parker White may have the 7,432 I rating. But you know, the thing is, Cole can handle it, and Cole can take on the best of the best, especially when Parker rolls into town. Sartaj, who actually has a 5,065, kind of connects up there with Jared T. Darling, who's at a 5,024 I rating. Now you're probably wondering at home, they have absolutely no idea what the heck iRacing stands for on those I ratings and all that. Well, I'll give you a little brief description. Basically, the I rating is a description of just your overall speed, your overall buildup and control and consistency and race runs you've developed over the course of running officials. A lot of times, a lot of guys will build it up as they progress through the license classes, which are A through B through C to D to rookie. But on the top end of that, you also have the World Championship licenses, which basically means you have outranked the best of the best, and you have beaten the best of the best, and you have now earned the pinnacle of world class or world championship licenses. There are not a lot of world championship or world class licenses out there to these drivers. They have to earn them generally, and the road to pro is a good way to do that, and certainly a way to put on a show. I've actually witnessed firsthand just how tough some of the pros and how the best of the best race time and time again on the track in my eyes before, with those iRacing Pro Invitationals and the iRacing Cup Series, Coca-Cola Cup Series they have right now going. It's just amazing to me how well they can manage and handle their nerves, much less handle the cars out there, especially with all these top elite guys that you see popping up here and there, just continuing to show up and really fight it out with the best of them. On board here with Jared T. Darling right now is the number 1 Ford Mustang, tries to get up there with Sartaj Man right now. Sartaj though having some problems down there. Excuse me, that is the 97 of Sean Powell. see him have a little bit of that blinking red light popping up, and I know I'm not talking the old Xbox 360, I'm talking that Gearhead 97 blinking in and out with the overall concern of will the internet go out on him. That's the one thing you definitely don't want to have happen around here, much less even think about, but it is something to keep in mind as you progress through. Jonathan Leach now at the 48, going to have to fall back a little bit here. He's going to get passed up in between the lap traffic as Mike Kembale, the 24, takes his spot away here, and that's one thing that's really hard to do, especially these time of days, is come back from a full lap down, or even a couple laps down on this show. It really separates the men from the boys and shows who is the best and the finest of the drivers out here. Now, as we are about to reach that pinnacle, the halfway point of Daytona, I gotta ask you guys down in the chat so far if you enjoyed the return of RTC iRacing League Cup Series Pro Series so far. I can certainly say I am glad to see these guys back on out and having a good time and a good show. They've definitely put up a bit of a fight and put on a bit of a show here. But I guarantee you that really this is all just boiled over. This is setting up for the big one coming up. And I don't mean the big wreck, I mean the big run where everybody just sends it straight in, sends it on around, and puts on a fight to the end to try to catch the other. That's when you know things get wild and crazy around these parks. Back in the entire pack right now. Currently, you can see the guys in the top 5 trying to hang up there and get back up there with the top 4. Trafori leads the pack in, leads them down around. He is a guy to keep your eye on, keep your momentum on as well. And again, if you see that scoreboard kind of going all over the place, or you see Trafari's name or them popping up on the race lead, do not worry, they are not ahead of the race leaders. They are actually still back in 5th here at the moment. Unfortunately, kind of the cameras are catching off on our boys down there with Cole Williams and all them leading this pack in. So just be aware of that. They are still in the race lead. There's nothing changed there. See if our old drone cam's still working all right. Yeah, it looks like it's working pretty good. We got our drone cam looking up on that Lot 9 Brewing Company. As you see, old Trafari still hanging in there and putting on a little bit of a fight there with the big dog Daruano right behind him. You can even see that 6'6" Justin R. Smith getting a big little push and a shove and a tag there. A la NASCAR heat style, work the outside and just get a freight train coming up, get the Daytona Talladega draft train built in and start working your way up to the front and hope for the best. Justin R. Smith almost had that race lead, almost had that top 5 spot locked in. I was about to say race lead, he's literally up on the top of my list here, but I keep forgetting what I just said of all things. Mason Navy, Chase Thompson now starting to build up a little bit of speed as well. Looks like Dennis Hansman trying to follow him behind. The Wrangler number 3 giving it everything she's got, everything he can, but there's going to be a lap traffic build up on that situation. They're walking out of turn 4. Watch out down there, boys. Get around them. Yes, they do. Passed on around, clean as a whistle. No troubles there. Focus on back up to the front, and this is how it looks right now for your race leaders. And again, like I said, that live timing scoreboard bar is going to be all over the place, guys. I'm sorry, but it just is going to be. So Coming back through the field now, Cole Williams, literally your race leader. And his teammate Parker White, I think maybe just trying to leave him alone for this one. He knows he's got a lot more races coming into the season. Parker looking to try to take full advantage of the openings and try and take full shots here. The skies do turn dark around here and soon turn black. Don't worry, we're not Talladega. We're not going to have the whole track go black on us and not see who wins the race or what happens next. You don't have to worry about that at all, I promise that. Being here in Talladega, here in Daytona, obviously the biggest advantage over Talladega, it's a night track. You can have the lights pop up on this place here, but when it first was built, that certainly wasn't the eye of old Big Bill France. Now this place, pretty much when it was built, it was just designed for one thing in mind, to be the biggest and the baddest, and then they kind of outdid themselves at Talladega. But this is definitely a sanctuary where all good things and all good parts of motorsports must come together at least once in a good time or two. Really, every big major motorsports events has visited Daytona International Speedway in some kind of form or fashion. And every series being like Atlanta, I believe they've also had kind of some other stuff you wouldn't even think, like popping around, like motocross and all that, popping on the show on the grassy plains down there on the front straightaway. Yeah, if you can believe it, guys, they've had that happen before. They'll literally just they'll do the kind of did with Bristol Dirt Track. They'll basically just take a whole bunch of dirt, just put it right up on the track, and call her good. Well, we'll go back to our field now and take a look at our guys in the back of the pack. We're trying to get up the field. As you can see right now, currently it looks like Justin R. Smith is going to get a full ledge run off on the old Ryan. The Lot 9 calling the Ferrari Chafari, rocking a little bit of a different scheme out there. Last time I believe I saw him, I believe he was rocking a kind of a Lowe's throwback scheme of old Jimmy Johnson's number 9. He did change that up this season here. He said to me earlier on, he said, I did get that one win at Watkins Glen, but ever since then I've been kind of on a downward spiral. I kind of want to change that and get a win here on the show. He isn't the youngest driver we have ever went on the show. I think the youngest we ever had was, I think, 10 years old or 8 years old, I think. I don't even know who the oldest is. I tend not to say Daryl Arnold because the big dog does not like to be called old. That's all I got to say about that. But even then, I don't even think he's the oldest driver on the show. So I don't know. I've got to keep track of these things, man. I've got to get like have a notes thing or something around here. That way I know like who's won, who's been where, and who's what. The only thing notes-wise I got tonight is just basically what we're watching right now, which is the fact they were driving the Xfinity cars, and this is the RTC Pro Series now, as it is dubbed. It is no longer just Cup Series. And again, they dubbed it the Pro Series because Pirelli basically decided to change up the game plan, change up the strategy. So they have a Cup Series league in there, but they also have Next Gen Cup Series in the RTC iRacing League. As well, if you can believe it or not, they also have some Indy road course racing and Indy racing as well. Some late models now being brought into the first time this go around this season. They told me it was a little mini series they popped up with. Certainly have been popping up quite a bit in between with leagues here and there, but as we see right here on the back straightaway, a little 3 wide salute action coming out clean as a whistle, no troubles there. A lot of these guys right now in the back are trying to build up some speed and get up there to the front where Cole Williams and all them lie. Again, do not let the live timing sheet confuse you. Now these guys you see right here are not your race leaders. That honor would go to the guys we're switching over to now, which is these folks up here, which is Cole Williams in the 42, and could possibly be Jared T. Darling in the number 1. The pack is going to go back on the attack here, and it looks like Darling trying to make a move off as we initiate a yellow caution out here. Caution flag flies. Do not believe. Oh, yep, okay, we've got trouble down there. Looks like Mason Navy chasing involved here, and I have absolutely no video footage of what happened there, unfortunately, so I cannot get that replay up for you guys. I'm sorry in advance, but again, remember, I only can show how many cars, I can only show a certain amount of cars out there, but just know it looked like on the back straightaway, it looked like Thompson got caught into the bell shut. Both drivers spun around there, and onward for a ride they went. Well, we're going to go ahead and take it down here and talk with our drivers now. Let's go ahead and bring in one of our youngest drivers to win on the show. Connor, you got a copy down there, buddy? Yeah, he might not have us on the line here, folks.
Christian, I can't hear you.
Yeah, you ain't got no copy on me, bud? Alright, hold on a minute. You got me now?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Oh, there he is. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, Connor on the Ferrari Chafari coming back here onto the show. And Connor, last time we had seen you, you had quite the season going in with one win coming into tonight. I gotta believe this caution will help you and the rest of the crew that was fighting back there to get up to Cole Williams and all them packs. But how's the car been and how's the track been for you here?
Car's been handling very nice. I took left sides on that caution, so it was very tight on the apron. But overall, I think I was really good handling the car. Just calling all of them, it's just been another league off pit road or something. It's got hugely on us.
Yeah, we decided to go quiet there so you can get into pit road at least there. So, but bottom line is you're getting out of pit road. What do you say? You think you might have a shot to get that old lot 9 ahead of the boys here and win this one out?
The caution definitely helped the chances. Hopefully, with some of these 4 fresh tires, I have a better chance here.
Best of luck down there, Connor.
Yep, thank you.
Connor, the Ferrari Chafari, looking to put on a show and put on a fight here tonight. As is a lot of our drivers here tonight. We're currently trying to grab them as we go, and I'm trying to remember where all they need to go here. There's a lot of drivers you kind of pick and choose from. But I think I probably would get crucified if I didn't pick this man into the show here tonight. So he now joins me in real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you, Hayes Booth is in the show now. Hey, Hayes, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Long time no see.
Long time no see indeed, and the fans certainly haven't forgot about you. They've been writing my comment section all night long trying to get a hold of you, brother.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. This has been a fun race so far. I led close to 40 laps, I think, so far. So I'd say this race has gone better for me than season opener last season did. I don't think I was at the front at all in that race.
Well, I mean, you still had quite a few wins, I was about to say, there from the season and all that earlier on, but having to switch over from the Cup Series into these Xfinity cars, how much of a difference to you does that make to really kind of even the playing field out, really put more of a challenge on the track?
Oh, it's different, especially with the open setups and everything. I'd say this season is definitely going to be it's going to be very competitive. I can already tell based, just on the first 60, 70 laps of this race that, the setups that these guys that we've all been able to get and the teams and the drivers that we have, it's going to be a very competitive season this year. So really looking forward to the rest of the season. And Walter Esports, we're now in RTC, and we got my teammate Jared Darling leading the field right now. So back up inside the top 5. We'll see what we can do in these final 50 laps this year.
Best of luck to you and your teammate here as we get ready to get back to the green.
All right, thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, there Hayes in the booth, number 2, from Walter Esports, looking to try and put up a fight, put on a show here. I was going to bring in one more driver, but looks like the drivers are going back to green flag racing here in a minute. I told you guys I'd bring him in eventually. So at least I know I can't get crucified for that at least here tonight. field and back into the green flag here. Jared T. Darling will race the lead off, start the pack in again, and it's off to the flag, into the grandstand, goes high up, sky high. We're ready to get back to the action. Past halfway, so now it's do or die time, and the good news is for us, we don't have to worry about a rain delay. Nope, that doesn't come for another month, folks. Don't worry. But I will say this real quick. When that rain does pop into iRacing, I will make sure we are the first to broadcast what the heck happens there. I don't care who does it first. We want to do it first. So I don't care if I got to open up a lobby and literally do it there. I will do it right there and then for you fans. So we are going to make sure we get a good look at that, as well as Hickory Motor Speedway. That'll be first up on the agenda when we get to that here. We want to make sure we get all tracks in, but Hickory, I'm very, honestly, I'm very excited to see that, and I'm not even an asphalt kind of guy. Coming around out on the front straightaway here, getting back to the action and less about the talks here. Teammates Cole William, Parker White, going to have a little throwdown here, side by side as they look to take down Jared T. Darling. Hayes Booth's teammate here looking to keep up the speed and keep up the pace. Jared, yet another one of those guys out here new to the circuit, new to the series. And you also may have heard as well there from them, they said point blank, we're running custom setups now. You're probably wondering at home, okay. Now you completely lost me. What are we doing out here tonight? So, next part, stick with me, I'll help you out and I'll explain it. So what a custom setup is basically it is a free-for-all kind of style design on your car. You still have to follow requirements and meet regulations, but instead of a fixed setup where all you really would have to change in is the brake bias or steering offset ratio, you can not only just do that with this setup, but you can also go in and tinker with the left springs, the right springs, the car itself, the adjustments underneath the hood and on the inside there. You can adjust to all those and adjust tire pressure accordingly and tape as much as you want. And that really is what that all boils down to. Really, it's more or less a way of even the playing field out by giving drivers their own feel-free kind of momentum. Allows them to set up the car any way they want, any style, as long as it's legal. It's free to use and it's good to use as well. A little bit of movement back there, everyone kind of all over the place, kind of in a bit of a ruckus situation there. Trying to avoid trouble. Jonathan Leach in the 48 backed off, got out of the way there. You see him now starting to move back through the field. The big dog, Darrell Arnold, up 5 spots, looking to get more on him. I talked to them earlier today at UNC. The one guy that was extremely excited about tonight, I don't think it was just because we were getting back to the broadcast end of it. I think it was because really he knows this is something special. These drivers are battling. This new overall different series, these open setup style cars, they challenge only the best and the brightest drivers time and time again, and this one is no different. Also, to be honest with you too, for those at home that don't know, last season we was running in a fixed setup with those Cup cars, Gen 6s. So that kind of begs the question, you know, for guys like Parker White, Cole Williams, and Case Booth, and Dexter Kirker, does that not open the playing field up? Does that not maybe make things a little more difficult for certain drivers to literally just be rambunctious and literally take the entire field away and run their entire race pretty much on even keel spot of having an average percentage of always really coming out to race and win? I think personally that this open setups is going to really legitimize and open the landscape, no pun intended, for these drivers who possibly have a little bit more and then some to fight it out with as they back into the corner here. Everyone kind of dissipating and trying to sweep right around. One driver going right into the pit, right into the grassy plains there. That was Hayes Booth that got the booth. He got hit a little bit coming off that corner. Couldn't quite tell exactly where that went wrong or what had happened. We'll take it to the PTM Instant Replay and see for sure what went wrong there. He definitely got a big boot to the left side there and got him sent spiraling into the grassy plains. Here we go now. Here's the PTM Instant Replay. Watch very carefully. Whoa. slightly down on the bottom there. You see the big orange kind of pop in. This is literally what made everyone go spiraling out to the right, to the left, and all the way back into the side. That was your PTM Racing Instant Replay. Brought to you by tonight by Race Tech Coatings. As you can see now how far Hayes Booth is really behind the field. Teammate Jared T. Darling's still in this one though. He's not giving anything up just yet. And remember, we are at Daytona, so that can change on a heartbeat. He just really built his speed back up, and he'll be back up there with the field left for it, even though. Onboard camera here right now as we currently moving our little camera drone around here. The drone cam doing a good job giving us a good idea of what they are doing down there or what they're seeing. Don't worry folks, they can't see my drone cam flying around. I made sure to put a little invisible ink on that thing before we even brought it out here tonight, so they can't see that thing, and honestly no one can see it. That's the beauty of iRacing. I can hide that thing when I want to. On board here with Burgers on, Brady Wildman here as he is moving up, charging quickly. He's up 15 at the moment, but you can see how hard he's having to hold that car online. That's the difficulty in the setup situation that they all be fighting time and time again here. It's just how much can they hang on, how much can they hold down. Sartez man earlier on pretty much kind of giving a little bump there to Bates Boop, the number 249. Didn't mean to do it by any means, I can guarantee you that. Just kind of got caught up in the mix of things. Cameron Gomez now tuning in with us here tonight. Cameron, good to have you on board there, sir. Good to see some family members of mine popping in once in a while. Good to see them pop up. Well, we're down to nearly the 40 lap marker here, and with only 4 to go, I guarantee you by the time we get to that final 10, there will be a little bit of pushing and shoving to get up to the front. And if you don't know what I mean, well, you'll find out later. Let's just say that. 66 of Justin R. Smith looking up on the outside line, looking for a little bit of a charge. Looks like he might have a slight opening, a slight gap in play here for him and the team. He's just trying to hang it in there. The number 9 there of Mr. Khan up on Robert Trapari, moving up into the 4th place zone. As the field now has to deal with lap traffic up on him. These guys have been shooting down and fighting hard all day long, but the biggest thing I'm noticing more and more as we go, that a lot of them are getting very, very impatient, or they're getting very hard on the throttle. Or if you're in Booth's case here, he gets up a little bit in the wrong place at the wrong time, he gets set into the shadow realm. Now having to try to work his way out of it. A little bit of trouble down there for Ryan Beckering. Beckering kind of all over the place, on and off the track. He gets it back on. As the number 4 will have a little bit more ground to clear up and build up speed. He has lost a lot of time. Now it's going to be Cole Williams' turn to fight it out here with the number 1. Can Jared hold him down? Parker White is definitely going to help his team out here and not give him any troubles there whatsoever. He wants nothing but the best for him and his crew. There is really the first race of the season. You know they want to make a statement and they make a show of it. Keep in mind as well, folks, these races will not be as long as this one here tonight. This is the longest of our races we'll show. Most of the other ones will be about an hour and a half to an hour and 10, hour and 20, maybe an hour and 40 at the most long. This one's going to pop up about 2 hours long on our case here. But again, though, folks, this will be broadcasted back over on our end to the PT Racing TV YouTube end. So you did miss it here on Facebook, or you got family or friendly members that can't see it right here and now, well, don't worry, we'll have you covered and all that. It'll be up on our YouTube. Just go over and like and subscribe there, and you'll see everything when it pops up. And while you're at it, hit up our old social media accounts here on Twitter and Instagram. We don't just do Facebook around here, although if you like and follow us up, you'll make sure you catch every broadcast here time and time again. While you're at it, we already have the store link purchased on in the show as well. Be sure to check out our PT Racing TV store down here in the comments section. You definitely will see some merch in there that only I could have came up with. And of course, we've had a little bit of help there from the Paul's Wraps folks. So thank you again to them for help creating, designing some of our ideas and creations. Can't thank them enough. Cole Williams right now in a dead heat fight, dead smack dab in the middle, trying to hammer it in, while the 49 has Sartaj man right now trying to get the Nebula 49 ahead. If I had to guess, him and Cole Williams and Parker White are teammates here, judging by the Nebula sticker on the sides there. Sean Bounty coming on in here tonight here saying, well, this looks like fun. Wish I was out there. Sean. And for those at home that don't know, Sean, the Bounty Hunter Bounty, joined us in. He is actually last Monday night's feature winner. You saw him go at it there in the Fast and Fun Riley Challenge, pulling it up a major stopgap there. He had a great battle there at Texas Road Course, unfortunately falling victim to the little situation there. So, but again, 2 weeks ago, a race win there and pulling off a real good battle there with Janzik. Good to have him back in the field. Field working their way back through and still cycling more and more as we go. It's battle for the race lead. Darling, then it's Williams, then Darling, then Williams. And it's just back and forth side. That's the thing here is when they get very close to the end here, that's when you really start to question and wonder, will they get to that point? Will they get to that moment where it goes full on ballistic, full on machine gun ammo firing away at these guys? Skies, sunset fading off. Literally go back and watch the start of this. It was bright and sunny out earlier. Now it is just daytime is just going away. We're falling more in line for a little nighttime action in a minute. Sean Powell right now back on the race lap here, the lead lap if you will. He's in the fight here with Dennis Ansman, Tyler Noe, and Hayes Booth and John Leach all swinging in there. From the back of the outhouse here, our reigning and defending season champion, Aiden the Iceman Kirker. Maybe the shock of all shocks here tonight. Usually we see them fighting up there with the front end of the boys. Tonight though, a little bit different. But something I am kind of noticing though, isn't it seem kind of suspicious? He's being very controlled and very maneuvered, kind of staying away from building up too much speed. You see him trying to get a draft on the back end of that, but it doesn't seem like he's trying to push too much out there. He seems like he's more under control. He's just trying to wait in line, maybe see if he's got an opening there. I just, alright. So, long story short, I'm going to say this right now, but I think I might have found my scheme of the night. I know folks out there are not South Park fans, but I do like South Park, and I got to give credit where credit's due to Jason Sanders. The machine is just, that's hilarious. I love it. Well, what's it say on the front? I'm gonna push you, okay? Oh my god. That's amazing. Down to the final 30 laps now popping up. And it looks like Williams and Darling may just be going at the entire time, the entire night. The boys right behind them being very patient as some of them will head to pit road. John Leach will be one of them. Couldn't quite tell who the other one was back there. But everybody that pretty much went into pit road earlier on will now start to pit road later. Time evaporating up and time starting to slow down. You can see even now the sky is fading off further and further in. That means only one thing, that will turn to night skies in just a little bit. I'll tell you one thing though, for the drivers, they probably got to be thankful that the sky is kind of going away. That sun actually does kind of get a little bit bright when you're going around the corners. If you don't believe me, we'll go on board here with Keelan Belcher. It's one of those things I love about iRacing is that it really does try to mimic real life and does mimic what you have to deal with on a constant basis. One of them being literally the night skies and the lighting around these places. Now, as a driver myself, I will say one thing in that when you see that big opening gap there, that's probably got to be the hardest mindset. Really tell yourself, no, do not go in there and try to make a run for it. But it's like you see that middle gap opened up wide, and it's like, why would you not want to go for it right there and then? It's the hardest thing to really get out of your head and get out of your mindset of frame. Big trouble right down, 2, 3, 2. We got a big trouble, big pile up. It's the big one. Oh my. Whoa. Holy cow, that was literally the entire field almost in that wreck. Whew. Oh, I was literally trying to turn our head for a minute. Next thing you know, here comes the big one. I wasn't even expecting that. I wasn't even expecting that. What the heck happened? Well, here's a few minutes of replay. I was literally looking at something else on the camera angle here. I wasn't expecting this. Darling gets drifted up a little bit. Cole Williams. I think Cole Williams could consider himself the luckiest man alive right now. Holy cow. He managed to escape trouble and escape that big one right there. Again, that's the problem when you're running that kind of pack hunt race. All of a sudden, you think you're leading this one into the end, and the next thing you know, you're wishing you found a place to hide a little sooner. Keelan Belcher, one of the guys that managed to escape there, so I think he will be our next on-call driver. Took that back. Looks like he did suffer a little bit of damage there. But I don't think he'll mind talking to us too much here, so we'll see if he can come on by here. From the Passion Squad Racing Series, ladies and gentlemen, that's our boy Keelan Belcher now popping on our show. And Keelan, other than another driver out there we talked a little earlier on with, you pretty much got the fans on your side as well here. How's things going down there for you?
They've been going good so far. Just been in the pack trying to ride this thing out. The car was starting to bottom out a little bit in that run, and we got some damage in that wreck. But I think maybe we can fix it up and then just bank on some luck. I don't think I'm competitively going to be fast enough after this wreck to get up there and race for a win. But we'll just hope some luck bounces around. Maybe get a top 10, top 5, or maybe they all wreck and I win. I don't know. We'll see.
For sure there. So you got to ask. Well, hold on. We'll let you get in the pit road first before we say anything.
Well, I'm good.
I was about to say, now, with the way you went through that wreck and all that, how bad do you think the car got there?
Well, got 45 seconds, so I'll probably be here in a minute. The engine power is still good, but I mean, I feel like with this, the open setup, I feel like it's going to be pretty significant when it comes to aero stuff. We'll see. I'll just, I'll get it all here, get back out there, and we'll see. I don't know. We were fast, but just, hard to find some luck at Daytona sometimes.
Ain't that true? But nevertheless, appreciate your time here, buddy. We'll see how it all plays out for you and your team down in the Passion Squad.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the stream.
Absolutely. Keelan Belcher there, looking to try to fire him up, trying to fire him down. We're now going to bring in a guy that, I think he knows a thing or two about racing with the best around here.
Yeah, but I'm going to protest that at the end because you got out in front of me, man.
Well, you can process that a little bit later, though, big dog. We actually got you on the call here.
Hey, what's up?
That's
Sorry, I
going
got
on,
people
buddy.
talking.
I know. You got like a bunch of people talking, everyone talking there. I know we didn't mean to pull you in when that happened, but big dog, it's been a very long time, but we're back here, man.
Oh man, it's so great to be back racing in Season 3 RTC iRacing League, and good to have you back with us. And we've got a lot of new drivers, got a lot of highly skilled and experienced drivers in the field tonight. So we're looking forward to a really good season in front of us.
For sure there. So I got to ask you tonight, as we are bringing this one to a creeping crawl and a bit of a finish here, how bad do you think that some of these guys took from the damage out there? Do you think you have enough to try to work your way up that front and win this one?
Yeah, that was rough. I rolled the dice, didn't use my quick repair. I had about 13 seconds of optionals, but I went ahead and forego them. Took 4 tires, full fuel, and came out so I can get out here in the front and maybe stay out there. So we'll see what happens.
All right, big dog. Well, I appreciate your time here. We'll see what happens as you get ready to fire him back on.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. DI9 Motorsports, the big dog Darren Arnold, looking to show up the best and show up the rest. And looks like the pace lights are popped up on the pace car, which means one thing, trying to get back to the action. Sartaj, man, will be your man. To be the race leader. And look who's back up on top side. And I don't want to say the shoe is on the other foot, but I'm going to say the shoe's on the other foot. Hayes Booth is right beside Sartaj, and this time he's on the outside line, so Sartaj may want to be very careful about that little bump he had earlier on. This could be interesting. And Sean Bowdy, this just in, there's going to be a protest. You heard it from the man himself. I wasn't going to say nothing. Debbie Reed with a little love to Keelan. Lori Bennett saying a little netcode. Maybe it's hard to tell from that angle. It seemed like it though. I think that's just one of those unfortunate situations here. So, and Sean saying I prefer when shoes are on both feet. If they were on both feet, then I would have probably had more wins by now than I already do with my series. So, at least the one I'm racing right now with the Dirt League, unfortunately. You probably saw that earlier today, folks. I had a horrible turn 1 and I choked it so bad. So, anyway, enough about my choking habits. Let's get back to the action here and see who will be the one who does not choke and gets a little luck and pulls the speeds ahead and fights this one out. The playing field has been changed and the game plans have been moved ahead. Ace Booth is going to rock the outside line in here, and there, Justin R. Smith, the 6'6", and the big dog, Darren Arnold, will help him out. Marching their way across that front straightaway here. Hayes looking for an opening. Oh, he's got a full length ahead. Will he go to the bottom? He's got Smith right behind him, though. Will he move down there? They can both move down there if they want to right now. Looks like Booth wants to go down there, but he has to back off and get Smith back with him. Oh, he had a big chance to do it. He decided not to. Sartaj will be your race leader still. He's going to fight it out in the top pack here, and now that might be a net code. Derek Dog, Darren Arnold moving to the bottom, decides to put Sean Powell behind him here. Kevin Rosenberg saying, problems, let me hear it, problems. You missed it about 2 minutes ago there, my friend. See Wally Bennett saying, hang in there, Hayes. I swear, man, I think we might need to have a most popular driver award thing at the end of the season. But I swear, these things, I swear, you fans cannot get enough of these guys. I love it. It's the reason why we love calling the action here on PT Race TV. We love it when the fans pop in and chime on down. It makes for a good show and a good spot here tonight. On the outside now, Hayes going to be the recipient of a little maneuver there. Popping ahead. Here comes the big dog. Darrell Arnold, the number 6 Chevrolet Camaro, trying to knock down Sartaj, man. Right behind him, Sean Powell. All of a sudden now, gearhead and up his way to the front. He was only a lap down earlier on. Now he is literally right there with the race leader. Sartaj trying to hold him back, trying to hold him from getting ahead. Aiden the Iceman Kirker right there as well in the mix of things. There's a lot of movement back there. You see the Matacon, the Ferrari Chavari in it. Teams now having to be pushed to the limits and folks trying to find ways around one another quicker than they know it. Time is running out for our drivers here and now. Last minute hope, last minute opportunities being awoken, being shown. Escaping the inevitable and the big wreck that pops with it. You just saw that happen a little while ago in turn 2, but right now everybody much more clean and maneuverable. Sean Bailey saying most popular driver nominee, the pace car driver. Oh, I should probably get that pace car back out there because we got trouble at turn 3. Tyler Conning getting this one, Justin R. Smith as well, and I think Ace Boop took a piece of it. And another caution, and Royce is on the wakes here at the 3rd of the night. Oh my, what the heck happened? Why is it every time I turn my head for 2 seconds, literally the big one comes and I don't even see it happen? And I guess I gotta offer an apology because I think I gave them the broadcast a curse for that one. See what happened here. 3 wide slew. Where did that? Whoa! And Sartaj, I'm not really sure, really on that end. I couldn't tell you on that end how that even started. It looked like Sartaj didn't try to hit anybody in that mess, but it looked like he just kind of got a lucky break there. See if we can see it from our far chase cam here. Big run coming on the big dog here as Hayes pushes him in. That's definitely a little bit of net code in that one. I don't even know if you can even really get that a proper bump. That looked like a little bit of net code in that one. Yikes. Well, that'll swing us by to another caution here and another chance to talk with our drivers. Jared T. Darling deciding to stay out. He kind of toys with the boys here. Well, we talked with Hayes Booth earlier on. Well, why not? Let's bring in his teammate. This is Jared T. Darling for the first time. Pop it up. And Jared, you got a copy down there, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. First time we've ever brought you on the show, man. How's things going for you?
It's been pretty fun. It was fun early in the race, starting in the back, coming to the front, and making moves and whatnot through the pack. And the green flag pit stops was fun. But, yeah, I got to apologize for that big wreck before this caution. I didn't think I was off the yellow that much, but I guess I was, and I kind of slid up just a little bit. I mean, everyone's pinching really hard too, but I slid up there and caused a mess, so I gotta apologize to anybody that got, messed up in that. But other than that, we still got a clean car after the fast repair, luckily, that we have here tonight, and in good position to try to win this thing, really.
I was about to ask about that because it looked like when you and Cole Williams kind of tagged each other, it looked like it was just the slightest bit of tap and it ended up just sending everybody around, but nevertheless, yeah, the car looking pretty good. Do you think maybe you have one more chance to take this one home?
Oh, yeah, definitely have a shot to win, and that's what we're going to try to do. Hopefully get my teammate up here. He was just involved in that crash, but he's got a fast repair, so that's good. And hopefully he can get back up here and we can work together because teammates are definitely needed for sure. We're seeing that a lot here tonight. So, yeah, once again, I got to apologize to anybody that got screwed over in that crash because I ultimately did cause that, and it was my mistake.
For sure there. Whatever, less Jared. Appreciate your time here, bud. We'll let you get back down, talk with the boys and your teammate, and see how this one flies down.
All right, thanks, man.
Jared T. Darling there, rocking the number 2 here tonight. Or number 1, I should say, not number 2. What am I thinking here? I'm losing my mind. But there is one number 2 out around here that we haven't heard from in quite some time. Rocking an old 42 here tonight. This is Cole Williams now bringing it back onto the show here from the Nebula Esports Series. And Cole, man, it's been a long time since we talked to you, dude. How long has it been?
Hello?
Yeah, Cole, you got us?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, good, man. Just fortunate we got caught up in that. We were doing good all race long. Everyone up front at Nebula Esports. Obviously, we had a 15-second lead on the rest of the field until they wrecked in the main pack, and then from there we were just running up front. Fortunate that just got doored and the big wreck happened, and I got a little damage from that. And then right there, I just had nowhere to go, and Sartaj got a bad push and just had contact up front. So they're out of fast for now. Was down a bunch of RPM, had no power. So at this point, we're just trying to hang on, trying to make as much points up as we can, because obviously Brenda's not here tonight and Tyler's not here tonight. So just trying to make up a lot of points before I have to miss race 3. So now I just kind of have to play conservative. I had that fast repair in hand, and now I don't. So Now it's fully repaired, so I might have a little more performance here. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Sartaj is still out there leading, and then I got Parker behind me. So we'll see what happens.
All right, cool. Well, appreciate your time back on the show here. We'll see how things play out as we're getting ready to get back to the green flag here.
Appreciate it, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Best of luck down there to Cole Williams and his Nebula Evo Sports team as we're about ready to get back to the action here, race fans. And again, I do see your comment section. And again, guys, I can't keep going back and forth between talking with these guys and going to the comment section, so I apologize in advance. One of the things you hate about racing is you got to keep going back in as a broadcaster. Sean, I'm not even saying that in the comment section. I'm just gonna go to the broad. We're just gonna get back to the race. Back to the action. Here we go. Swing him down, fire him around. Let's get back to it. Jared T. Darling. You heard him say a minute ago, hoping his teammate Hayes Booth will catch back up to him. Well, he's rocking at 8th right now, my friend. He's coming for you. He's trying to get with you. Remember, teams' points are awarded each time out to these teams. So not only do you have the regular season going, but you also have the team season going as well for these guys. And look at this on the 3 wide slip right there for the race lead as they push right up to the front. Tyler, no! Holy smokes, where the heck did this kid come from? The 017 Aaron Jordans are now literally airing it out while the big dog Darryl Arnold works his way up the front with him. Dennis Ansman as well in that pack and that hunt. No surprise. Ah, they're going to wreck right in the front straight away again. Are you kidding me? Wow. I can't seem to catch a break with this darn broadcaster curse no matter what I does. I swear, man, this is just nuts. Alright, hold on. Let's look at this pizza mystery replay because this one got a little crazy. Darryl was going for broke, going for his all. I don't know if Jared maybe got a slight tap on him. Looked like maybe him and Big Dog just kind of got each other a little bit. That was close corner. They had no choice but to fight it out. That happening right in front of the flagman. They had to call that caution immediately to try to get these guys to back her down. Unfortunately for some, they got backed down a little bit more than they wanted to. Holy cow. Well, if we're not careful here, this could turn into a green-white checkered race, fans. Dylan Hervan saying, welcome to Daytona. Welcome back to the show, Dylan. It's been a while, buddy. Sure have missed having you around, that's for sure. Well, just keep on rolling, keep on trucking. The driver's going to get fixed up again and get this one back on by. Well, I was going to bring Tyler Kahn in, but the Passion Squad driver going to get into pit road there, so we are going to leave him alone. Trying to get one of our guys in here. Looks like Jared and Sartaj are going to be in pit road. Actually, I can't talk with the Nebula Esports guys, so I think I just want to try to get this out of the way real quick here. Now on the show here is our boy in second place, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, bud, but it's Sartaj, man, right? Or is it Sartaj?
Yep.
Sartaj?
You got it right. You got it right. Yep.
Okay. I've been literally back and forth the entire night here with that, but thankfully we got a chance to talk to you. So, Sartaj, finally good to meet you, and first time here on PT Race TV, and again, apologies for earlier when you watched the broadcast. It's horrible with how I said your name, so.
Yeah, at least it's fine now. At least it's fine now.
It's fine now, yeah. But speaking of fine, right now the car been pretty much fine the entire day. I haven't really seen you get in trouble or any issues other than, just a couple bumps and bangs. You've been pretty much hanging in there with these guys tonight. How you been feeling? How's the car doing for this one?
Yeah, us at Nebula Esports, we've brought a great setup here. Unfortunately, I'm waiting for my teammates to get back up here, but, I'm just hanging around, hoping to get the win, but it's been really fast. Hopefully I can, get a win here.
For sure, anybody really got in your mind to try to take down or try to knock off the field here, or just going to try to hope for the best and win this one?
Hope for the best. I think my best competition at this point might be Jared. But, yeah, hopefully we can beat Jared. He's quick.
He certainly is quick indeed. Well, nevertheless, appreciate you popping on board here tonight here. We'll see if Sartaj can bring this one home tonight.
Yep, hope so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sartaj, man, joining us by, and good thing we got that figured out finally. So as our field works their way back around, let's try and get that passion squad driver in here now. Alright, Tyler Kahn, do you have the copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Alright, Tyler Kahn, no relation to our old friend the Rattlesnake here, is up on the show. Tyler, great to see you back here in another season, another battle here on PT Race TV. And right now, currently going to be up in the 6th place spot, fighting it out with the boys here. I got to ask
Yes, sir,
you,
yeah.
these final laps kind of popping up. Really, what's the game plan, the strategy here? Trying to stay in line, try to knock these guys down a few pegs.
Yeah, probably just try to keep the car clean. I think I'm down on a little bit of power, so just stay clean. Just try to get a decent finish. Just get a kind of salvage some points at this point.
For sure there, and even though there's a little bit of a just back end, rear end, a little damage there, does the car still like it's still got enough aerodynamics in there, or what are you thinking?
No, I don't think so. Maybe if I can hold the draft, maybe, but I doubt it.
All right, well you guys heard it loud here from 33. He's gonna give it everything he's got, but he definitely needs a little bit of help from that draft here. So
Yes, sir.
appreciate you tuning on board
Thank
here,
you.
Con. All right. That'll do it for the talks here. Now the guys just want to get back to focusing in this race. They want to get this one done and over with, guys. Top 3 will talk with us at the end of the night, race fans, so stay tuned for that. We are now preparing for the final 16 laps. This is where things shoot out. And by the way, Dylan, yes, I said in the chat you should have joined us, man. I don't know how you didn't. Sorry if you guys did hear a little click or something like that. It looked like we had a little bit of a power outage, almost kind of popping up on PT Race TV Studios. Lights are turning off around here, and they're literally about turning the whole place off on my end here. I didn't want to blow a break or anything, so we had to tell them to turn the fans off and just let the Daytona heat kind of get me going. Here we go, back to the action. Green flag flies back on out. Firing off around the corners here, coming about out of turn 1 and 2. Cole Williams, the 42 right now, trying to literally march and progress through the entire field. 3 wide, saluting, trying to get ahead of Mike Kembeo. Kembeo is on the lead lap. Here comes a full throttle assault charge there from the rest of the pack here. That is looking to be the 69 of Anthony Gangitano. I'm pretty sure I didn't say his name right, but I hope I didn't. So Gangitano right now is looking to try to help out Mr. Williams and try to pull him up to the front. While back up front, Parker White will have a little bit of help from Sartaj. Man, Sartaj is right there in his spot, in his groove here. Every driver for themselves. There are no gimmies around here. It's either do or die. 3 guys battling out while the rest of the pack tries to close in. Time running out here, and they know it too. They're trying to get the draft to work just a little bit more, look a little bit faster, but you can see huge damage. I bring it Bergerson Weileman. How on earth that thing is still working, but it's still running? I have not the foggiest idea. But I've seen crazier things happen. I still remember when Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Martinsville had probably the most tore up piece of equipment car I've seen. That managed to still work his way up into the front half and almost win the dang thing. There's always that never say give up, never say die attitude in racing. I've seen drivers really, first couple of laps get tore up and destroyed. The next thing you know, they literally pulled back the reins and got the car fixed up just enough to come back out and fight to the end. I've seen guys 2 laps, 3 laps down and still at the end of the day win the race here, and it is not uncommon to see here on the show. Anything can happen in the motorsports world, especially on PT Race TV. You never know what to expect. That's why we tell you guys time and time again, you best stay tuned in with us. There's nothing like it. Parker White right now trying, and I mean trying to find an opening, trying to find a way around Jared, but you know he's just waiting it out, just looking for the right call and the right move. The momentum is starting to sway and shift. The guys right now that are farther back than everybody, they couldn't even get off the line properly because they weren't even in the correct stall area. Some of them have used up their instant repairs and had nothing they can do or give up on. Aiden the Iceman Kirker is even one of them here right now. He is currently a lap down. And I don't think I've ever even said that about the Iceman, but yeah, he has a couple laps down at the moment. Oh, and he gets a little tap there from Connor the Ferrari Jafari. Jafari is trying to keep his wrap because he knows that car is pretty much total beyond repair. He has nothing left to give. He's just hoping for the best at this point. Really, positions aren't going to matter, and they're going to really set the season up for him here. Jared, Parker, and Sartaj still at it here, but right now the guys in the back fighting it out as best they can. Connor looking to maybe pull a little bit of a quick one there on the 60 as he was trying to pass him by. Couldn't quite get him there. The 60 is a lap down as well. Joseph Costello, unfortunately, caught up in the mix of things earlier on. Couldn't get out of that mess or out of the trouble zone. Yeah, if you were looking on the front end of that thing right now, you would have, with the untrained eye, you wouldn't even have been able to tell that he doesn't have a front hood on it. When you look carefully, you can actually see where that opening is on the left side. That's how he knows he's got no hood at all. And the Car Safari not giving him any brakes or any help there as well on that end. Your top three still back and forth battling it out. Parker waiting and lying in wait to possibly set the tone in the season end for himself and his crew. It's been a wild, wild night of racing, battling back and forth. The first half, literally consistency and control won that. Now it's the complete opposite. It's you either go big or you go home. There is no more chances. There are no more breaks. The night skies played on the track. Sean Powell literally was talking about it earlier. He was in the top half, almost leading this whole thing. He got sent to the shadow realm and now back out on the track in a bit of a worse for wear state. 10 to go now as we have brought the drivers to the near end. I can say one thing though, we certainly will have a season ready and stake and ready to fire up this season. I cannot tell you how excited I am to show you and talk more about it, but right now we are watching the return of the RTC iRacing League. Connor Jafari getting completely spun out there by Joseph Costello, and that might be the opening and the worst kind of break there for some of the rest. Costello gets a piece of Trafari spun on by out of turn 3 and 4, and now with the caution flying out, Darling, White, and Min are going to literally be put in a tough situation. This could have been the break they were looking for all day long. And honestly, I think this might be the opportunity for some to just take full advantage of. But will any of them be able to get this one filed it into the victory lane spot? That will remain to be seen. We're going to go ahead and talk with some of our other drivers here. Now popping up onto our show. Looks like Jonathan Lynch will be next up on our hit list here. We're going to head over to the Mach 5 Racing guys now and have a word with our boy. Jonathan Lynch is now tuned in with us here. Jonathan, you got a copy down there, sir?
I sure do. How's it going?
Oh, going great. It's been quite some time since we talked to you here, but right now, Jonathan, I gotta say, I know I crashed and destroyed my car earlier at Wii Sport, but that thing looks pretty bad on the front end. What the heck happened there?
It's pretty rough. That there are 2 cautions ago, and a bunch of us had to bail through the pits, and it just didn't work out for me, unfortunately.
It doesn't seem to indeed, but nevertheless here it seems like even though the guys have some bad damage on there and they still are hanging with the draft, is that same working for you on your end?
Not really. There seems to be a lot of damaged cars. A moment ago, I seemed a little faster than a few other damaged cars. If I'm lucky, maybe I can get out of here with the top 10, top 12 finish and make it a marginal points day.
Well, still, one way or another, you might have a chance at that. So, Jonathan, appreciate your time here, bud. We'll see how well this finishes out for you and your team down in Mach 5 Racing.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for giving me the call. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, appreciate your time here, sir. Jonathan Leach popping on board here tonight. Been quite some time since we heard from him. As we get ready to fire the drivers back on up, back onto the field. Take a listen in on some of our other guys here tonight. We're going to go ahead and talk with the driver as well. We haven't talked with here in a time or two from Mach 5 as well. It's Eddie Spreel now popping up on the show. And Eddie, it's been a while since we've heard from you, sir, but it's great to have you back on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, right. Oh, go ahead.
It's good to be back in here, man.
It certainly is, man. So, right now, the Sinclair 27 currently about one of the cleaner cars I've seen out on the track here, despite a little damage on the right fender there on the rear end and on the right front on the front as well. But nevertheless, what's been the objective here besides just trying to stay and survive with these guys?
Just trying to get behind somebody in draft and stay out of this wrecks. But I got through them and then got hit right when I got it to the end of it. But I'm trying to keep it in one piece.
Well, that's definitely more than I did earlier on my car, so, but nevertheless, Eddie, I gotta ask you, man, with the season coming up and all the other races popping in, how much of excitement has really kind of come in here for you, knowing that you're running open setups on all the tracks that you guys ran on with the Cup Series now with Xfinity?
Oh, man, I love the open setups, and these Xfinity cars are not a lot better. I think they are, so. These up and set up is the best thing you can do.
For sure there. Nevertheless, Eddie, appreciate popping on board here tonight. Our best wishes of luck as you get ready to finish this one down, sir.
All right, thanks, bud.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, from Mach 5 Racing, Eddie Spreel coming by in for one last little talk here. Our field are now set. And will that have been the last one we see tonight for caution-wise? Because now we are in danger territory. This is literally green-white checker territory on this next go if we cannot get this one in. Jared T. Darling, his very first time on the show, maybe possibly walk away with the ultimate of hard charger moments. He right now is in the driver's seat to win it all. But Parker White, maybe the most dominant and persistent driver last season, is looking to show why he was that and looking to reclaim that spot. But Sartaj, man, is no joke around here. He has been clean as a whistle with a little bumping and banging in between. He has been fighting hard all day long. Is this his opportunity, his chance? And don't count out Anthony Gagantano. He is not done yet. Neither is Cole Williams. You've got a heated lineup of drivers that could possibly walk away with this one. To the green flag we go. Back on out. It's time to send this one home, boys. The field getting slowed down by slower cars. Guys that are unfortunately tore up a little bit too much. Can't quite hang with them up front. Parker White and Cole Williams are literally in the hunt now, battling it out. Sartaj looking to go to the outside to take it away from Jared. The Nebula boys are trying to set it up. They're looking for the run. Oh, but Cole's going to get pushed down a little bit to the yellow end. Gambeo pushing in 7. Looking to charge, looking to run. This is where things get all crazy and out of shape here. You gotta watch out for these last couple laps. Final 5 popping up. This is the time and place to watch this one. Remember what I said earlier about bumping and banging will be the thing of the show? Well, now you're seeing it. Look at this, Gangantano. He's build a lot of speed back up on the outside. He's caught back up the race. He has a shot now. The night lights and skies of Daytona popping up around this track. You've got 6 drivers in the hunt, in the battle for this one. Tyler Kahn literally hanging out on the end here. He is looking for them to make a mistake up front so he can take this one home. Or he may just have to shoot for the long distance, long shot. We've seen it here before. They're coming out of turn 4 this time by now. We're down to only 4 laps remaining. Which driver blinks first? Which one gives the opening? Which one will give up the shot? So much on the line, so much at stake. There is nothing more these drivers want than to just walk away with the win instead of defeat. Can any of them handle the pressure, handle the nerves? Because we're running low on time, running low on this momentum. Sartaj now is literally on the verge of just passing the number 1 of Jared T. Darling, but the problem is his teammate Cole Williams and Parker White are pretty much on different ends of the spectrum. Williams on the bottom, White on the top. And Cambeo and even that 4, it looks like even the 4, even though he's a lap down, Ryan Beckering looks like he wants to have a little bit of fun with the boys and see which one makes the best of intentions. 3 to go now for the drivers. The anticipation to end this night out on a high note, on the biggest of notes, has come on to this. They've come forth to really work their way in and fire on all cylinders to end it out. Gangitano right now looking to give a big push, a little bit of a run off on Parker White. Parker knows he's got to stay out of trouble. McCann looking for openings where he's got. Jared just trying to hang in there for his teammate Hayes. Buford got kind of sent to the shadow realm earlier on. Ladies and gentlemen, the green flag flies. 2 to go. Next time by, we switch green to white. Then after that, we bring ourselves a checkered. And whoever crosses that stripe first or just ahead enough will win that checker flag. And they will win the big prizes at stake here tonight. Sartaj seems to have the opening, seems to have the advances. Looks like Jared might be backing off slightly to set the run up, set the final push. It's a drag race yet again, but look at Gagitano. He is looking for an opening on the outside. Lap traffic's going to come into play here, though. Here we go. White flag this time by. They'll charge him around. Do or die time. Which one makes the advantage? They get around lap traffic. You see the 017 and Tyler No out of the way and out of the mess. They are going to corner him up, tighten him up a little bit more. No one wants to make the mistake. No one wants to give the advantage away. This is looking like to be a sharp finish and finale here. Which one will it be? Darling trying to help, trying to get a little help, trying to get a push, trying to get a run, trying to get a shove. He's got it. He's got a little bit more. He's got it on the inside. Sartaj is balling off just a slight bit here. Darling gonna try to block him up on the middle section. Coming out of turn 4. Here they come. It's going to be a drag race to the finish as they come down across the stripe to the finish line. And Darling, by literally the closest of margins, will win it. Jared T. Darling, unbelievable. Look at the time. No way. Don't tell me that was another what I think it is. Don't tell me that was a photo finish of a 10,000th of a second finish. There's no way. There had to have been 1,000 in there somewhere. They were dead even across the stripe, but race fans, he did it. His first time on the show and his first career win comes at Daytona. He is a winner of the Daytona 300. Jared T. Darling, the number 1, is number 1 here tonight and the ultimate of hard chargers. Unreal and unbelievable. What a night and what a race. Holy cow. Hold on a minute. I gotta go and double check some here. I need to make sure this was not what I think it was. But also, we gotta look at that photo finish one more time here. Hold on. Before I even do that, the margin of error, by the way, 2/1000th of a second is the difference for Darling and Mr. Sartaj there. We're going to take a look at this from the chopper cam here as they go around that final leg. This is how close it gets. It doesn't get any closer than this unless you want to go into the 10,000th of a second, and good luck with that. Watch this. They're going to be dead even coming to the line. Look at this. Close corner, a little bump, and a bang. Sartaj gets him, but it was not enough. Jared holds on. Ironically, very similar to the Kurt Busch and Colton Kramer finish there back at Darlington many years ago. Still today, the closest finish in NASCAR history, but I can guarantee you that one might be up for the top game here when it comes to the close finishes. What a race and what a night. They come to the line, they come to the end, and it will end up being Mr. himself. Excuse me. I can't even talk anymore. RTC going to win this one. But here now on the show here, Cole Williams joins me here in third place. And Cole, man, I couldn't get any closer than that to the end, man. You had to fight for that to the line, but what a race and what a battle it was.
Yeah, man, it's really fun. I was really surprised that my car held up that well. I got totally annihilated in that second crash there after I lost my fast repair. Just kind of got hit both, hit me a big one, and then lost the fast repair, and then got hit again after the other crash. So I'm surprised it held up that well. We were able to push there. I hope after what happened with the big crash there in 1 and 2, I would hope he's really thankful for that, because I obviously wasn't the person I really wanted to be pushing there. But it's I was just trying to push for third. I knew that's basically all we could get. Parker and Sartaj were pushing as hard as they could on the top. I think the outside was just definitely not the place to be unless if you really had to try to make moves. And I was just trying to manage temps. That's what really this all is at the end of these things, is working on managing your temps and keeping your gaps. So I was trying to just save temp when Parker was. I knew I was still going to have a little disadvantage with down 20 RPM and having a little bit of right front damage. But it's just it's good to get a P3. It's good to start off the season that way. It's good points. I don't think we were 85% of the way through the race before the big one happened there in 1 and 2. So I don't think I got any bonus points for that. But obviously got some lead laps, and obviously until that caution there after the long run at the start, we were pulled out 15 seconds, and then we had a lot of lap cars that were in our pack, and we were able to be single file there with Jared and the Nebula guys, and we were able just to totally break away. Which in that case, I wish we kind of just stayed green, because I think that would have been ideal for us. But obviously, P3, nothing to be upset about. Raced really well. Setup was really good. Just want to thank everyone at Rocket Racing Setups and all the builders back there for everything they do on the official side, on the league side. And then obviously Parker and Sartaj were working there. Obviously we had that race kind of controlled for the first, I'd say 60-70% until the big crash happened. So it was it's a good start to the season, and we'll look for more at Rockingham, and then I'll be back at Vegas or Sonoma, whichever order it is. So we'll have to go back to the working on the car and see what we bring in speed-wise.
For sure there, Cole. Appreciate your time here tonight. Congratulations once again on a third place finish here tonight, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher here tonight, Cole Williams, rocking it all the way in to a tight finish and a tight battle to the end. Coming away second here tonight will be Mr. Sartaj, man. And Sartaj, congratulations, man, on a second place finish here. But I don't think that's what you were expecting at the line. I thought what was that finish, man? You was coming close.
I thought I had it, but just 2 thousandths off. The man I had to beat. I just finished 2 thousandths behind him. I said it. He was the guy to beat. But good race either way. Still got P2. Good points day. Led a few laps.
Well, certainly there, but I mean, at the end of the day, you had a lot going on for yourself and a lot going down. I know that this wasn't quite the night you were looking for, but remember, you still got a full season ahead of you, so anything can happen here on the show and then on that track. So I gotta ask you, as you take this away here tonight, what do you look forward to in the next coming races here of this big season you got going on?
I'm glad this is open setup, because I feel like we can truly show our pace there, and I feel like we have a great team of guys behind us who can help us build these setups. So, what I'm really ready for is the mile and a half. I mean, I feel like that's from the most quick. So I feel like that's where I can show my pace.
We'll have to keep an eye on you there as you get ready for those mile and a halves popping up. But tonight here, the 2.5 mile Daytona, you come up just a little short, but nevertheless still a strong showing. Who do you want to thank here?
I just want to thank my team Nebula Esports and our sponsor Rocket Racing Setups.
All right, well, Sartaj, congratulations as well, and welcome to board on the PT Series TV show and RTC, my friend.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, your second place finisher here tonight, Sartaj, man, as he rockets his way literally into second place in a barn burner finish here tonight. We'll take a look at our race results in one moment. We need to go ahead and chat with your race winner here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, he joins me here at Daytona's Victory Lane, your winner of the Daytona 300, Jared T. Darling. And boy, I think right now you probably made your teammate Hayes Booth pretty proud, but what on earth was that finish? 2/10,000ths of a second, brother.
Yeah, man, I that's about as close as it gets. That was wow. Yeah, I really didn't have any words like when I crossed the line because at first honestly I thought he got me because I was against all teammates there. Like I was talking about when you interviewed me earlier, it was gonna be all about teammates, and I honestly am very surprised that I was able to hold on to that, beating all three of them. Yeah, I thought Sartaj had it coming to the line there. I really did, and then I somehow had it. So, yeah, Hayes was screaming in my ear. I was just trying to focus and get it done, and I did. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, especially in my league debut, first race over here as well. So that's pretty cool.
First leg of the race, your first time in that number one, and you finished number one. And not to mention, you're the hard charger of the night. You literally 24 back. You worked your way up to the front. How about that?
Yeah, like I said, it was fun to start in the back. Couldn't make last week, had stuff going on, but I knew. I don't know, the plate races are actually my favorite, really kind of racing here on iRacing, and I knew I had the confidence to be able to get it done tonight and everything, and just had to work the lines and get through the traffic from the back. And once I knew I could get up front, I feel like I could stay up there. We had a really good car. I mean, this is actually open setups, now, so setups matter and stuff. And the car was just very strong, and luckily I had a clean car there at the end of the race to get it done.
They certainly did indeed. It all worked out in your favor here tonight, Jared. Your first win, your first showing, and your first career Daytona 300, man. Who do you want to thank here for this one?
Yeah, I got to thank first. I got to thank my team owner Hayes Booth for getting me in this league actually, and the whole rest of the team, Walter Esports. Everyone else really didn't have that good of a finish here tonight, so it kind of sucks. But at least I can get done for the team. And shout out to Hayes and Joe, and Brennan couldn't make it here tonight, Brennan Kohler, but he really helped us with the setup actually tonight. So I got to thank him a lot too for the great setup. And I just shout out to Parker, Sartaj, and all them. We raced pretty clean. Like I said, I made that mistake earlier in the race that I wish I didn't do, but one little mistake on 120 laps isn't terrible, I guess. And shout out to you for the broadcast. I can't wait to go back and watch. And then everybody that puts RTC on, it's cool to. Seemed like a pretty good group, guys, and it's gonna be a fun season, and pretty cool to start it off with a bang here for the win. So. Yeah, and everybody in chat that watched, I heard this was shared all over the place. I heard on Facebook, so hopefully a lot of people were watching and enjoyed the show. And anybody that cheers to me, thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Well, at least share 2 places or not, but you'll see this up on YouTube as well if you want to check it out there. So, but
awesome, yeah.
Nevertheless, Jared, congratulations here, man, and what a night it has been. We'll see how you do next time out on the show.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here, Jared T. Darling will be your race winner here in the Daytona 300. And at last, now I can show the race result popping up on your screen. This is your final results. I'll tell about top 10. Jared wins it 0.02 of a second. That doesn't get any closer to that. Sartaj, man, second. Third to Cole Williams. Fourth to Parker White. Fifth to Mike Gambale. Sixth to Anthony Gagitano. Seventh to Tyler Kahn. Eighth to Brady Weileman. Ninth to Connor the Ferrari Chafari. And then 10th to Mason Dybie. Tyson Thompson rounds out the top 10 here. We will show the rest of our results now popping up on your screen. Hey, race fans, it has been my honor and my pleasure to call this one in front of you guys and in front of the show. From night to day, the day to night, the transition seems flawless at times, and you never know what to expect here on PTM Racing TV. What a show it has become. And next week and tomorrow night, doubleheader yet again. It will be the return of Super Late Models at Thompson with Pedal to the Metal Racing League. But also, we're going to see Spartan Logistic Management IROX coming back on out for a little more fun. So if you missed the show on Facebook and you're watching this on YouTube, thank you again for tuning in, and be sure to watch it and like and follow us up on not only Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but also subscribe on YouTube so you never miss a show and never miss a beat. But for now, I must say farewell and God bless. Take care. Enjoy the show, and we will see you next time when the green flag flies.